Everyone, Prestito here. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some projects which I'm personally bullish on. As you guys know, the market's been super wrecked. It's been a while since I made the last video. Obviously, with the market being wrecked, I don't want to cover anything that might get people wrecked or anything. So in this video, I'm going to be covering projects that I'm personally really bullish on and I think are definitely worth adding to a watch list. Obviously, I'm not saying to buy them now, for example. Obviously, the market is really bad, so anything can happen. And personally, I'm waiting for times to change for the better and for things just to look a bit more bullish before getting involved. I'd rather buy a bit late and not catch the full bottom than buying the falling knife and getting wrecked. Obviously, as you guys know, in crypto, things can dump 90% and then dump another 90%. So I don't want to end up doing that. So that's why I'm just being very careful at the moment. So I'll still be making videos, just not as frequently. And in this video, I'm going to be covering some projects which I personally really like, which I think are safer bets. So the first project I'm going to be covering is Avail, which you can see here, their homepage. So Avail is actually a game-changing project that's building the backbone for secure interoperable app chains and rollups. So it's a horizontally scalable, trust-minimized infrastructure network that enables seamless cross-chain interaction, transaction validation, and native liquidity interoperability. So let's break it down and look at what makes it so powerful in comparison to competitors and so on. Having a look through their homepage on their website, you can see their ecosystem is designed to tackle some of the biggest challenges in blockchain, which include scalability, interoperability, and security. And their infrastructure is built on 3 core products that we're going to be going through. As you can see, Avail Nexus, Avail DA, and Avail Fusion. So let's start off with a DA. So Avail DA is their data availability layer, which is a horizontally scalable data availability layer using KZG commitments and DAS for near instant verification. And multiple teams are already choosing to use Avail DA over other solutions, and they have mainnet launches which are coming soon. And they also have exponential data growth, which is expected as more rollups integrate Avail DA. Then they have their Nexus. So the Nexus is the interoperability layer, and it's a trust minimized verification hub using ZK proofs and decentralized sequences. And this allows a seamless cross rollup and sovereign chain communication, and it generates sequence fees and drives interop solutions, and you can expect some big numbers soon. And then the last of their products is the Fusion security. As you can see here, Fusion is their shared security layer, and it leverages restaking to provide crypto economic finality for modular blockchains. And the Avail Nexus upgrade enhances blockchain security by allowing major assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum to secure the network. And also new rollup tokens can also contribute to security, making the ecosystem stronger and more interconnected. And collaboration with Symbiotic and Radius, which is Alpha Engine initiative, will drive sustainable rollups with potential incentives for Avail token holders. It's all really impressive. So now let's have a look at their backing. If we have a look here, you can see they have some really big names in terms of their backers. That's always super important. They're gaining traction among top ecosystem partners like Lens, Sophon, Symbiotic, Radius, and they're really making AI focus and consumer chains like Sophon, AIDX, and Carve a reality. So obviously these strong investor backings add credibility to their vision. So now let's talk about their token a bit. If we go to CoinGecko, have a look at the price and just talk a bit about what their token utility is. So in terms of their utility, the Avail token is integral to their unification layer and products, which I covered previously, the DA, Nexus, and Fusion. In terms of the key utilities, it's staking across all products to secure the network and earn rewards, governance participation, which more details will come out on that soon. And in terms of the price, if we have a look at that, I must say it's actually quite impressive considering a lot of projects have just dumped an insane amount. So many alts are down over 70%, 90% even. But Avail is holding actually pretty decently. You can see even end of Feb, before that huge dump, it was still sitting at 11 cents, which is the same price it was at back in November when the market was super hot and also doing very good. Obviously, it had a December pump up to 17 cents. But honestly, to get there, it's not that far off. A lot of tokens need 10x to get back to where they were in December. So really impressive. If you have a look at the markets where they're trading, you can see on Bybit, HTX, Gate.io, on Aerodrome as well. So all really good exchanges. And if you're wondering how to get involved with Avail, you can stake Avail to secure the network and get access to future airdrops as well. You can deposit ST Avail for a shot at SoFon's upcoming airdrop. And there's also going to be more things coming in Avail's ecosystem. It's heating up. Definitely recommend you guys to give them a follow on Twitter and stay up to date with everything. So really impressive. And also market cap sitting only 116 million. So plenty of room for growth. Next project I'm going to be talking about is Exabits. So Exabit really encapsulates the AI hype. Obviously, as you guys know, AI at the moment in crypto is still really hyped, even though the market is wrecked. Even though AI tokens are actually wrecked, I still think the future for AI in crypto is really promising. Definitely worth having exposure to that. I think AI in general is just going to be leading the way. So let's talk about Exabits. So as you guys know, with AI taking over, but where does the AI computing power actually come from? So that's where Exabit actually comes in. So most platforms out there like IOTA or Avail, I'm sure you guys have heard of them. They're pretty much like middlemen which resell existing compute power, but Exabit doesn't just resell it, they create it, refine it, and optimize it from the ground up. And they take raw GPUs from industry giants like obviously NVIDIA, AMD, and they transform them into enterprise-grade AI infrastructure that's faster, more reliable, and infinitely scalable. So it's really a game changer, mainly because they're actually also bringing Web3 into the mix with this. So you can actually invest in GPU infrastructure through a tokenized model where you can earn yield directly from high-quality AI compute. So it means that they're not just serving crypto-native users, they're also competing with Web2 giants, which serves real-world enterprises as well, which are in need of top-tier AI compute. Then what's really, really impressive with Exabit as well is that they've already got $10 million in annual revenue. They've already got 37 enterprise clients and access to over 70,000 GPUs, including the most cutting edge models like the GB200, RTX 5090s. So it's not just an idea, they're already powering some of the biggest players in the game, which is really, really impressive. If you have a look at some of the names that they are actually powering, you can have a look here on their website. Nia is there, they've got Avail, they've got some of the biggest names, which obviously is very impressive that they've already got this product up and running. So that's super bullish. And then if we have a look at the token, talk a bit about what their token utility will be and everything like that. You can see here that with their Exa token, you can have a share in the multiple benefits brought by the growth of the ecosystem, staking rules for long-term holders, of course, governance participation, and discounts on GPU-powered services. I also wanted to go a bit more in depth here. If we have a look at their docs in terms of their incentives with their token, you can see the Exa token is going to be their ecosystem's native token. As I said, well, you can stake Exa for additional yield and receive fee discounts on GPU infrastructure. Obviously, it's going to be for trading and liquidity. Serves as management fees for hosting providers to pay Exabits, for governance, like I mentioned. And also one thing I want to highlight here, their business profits will be allocated to the treasury to maintain the value of Exa, ensuring the sustainability of the token model. And with their huge annual revenue, that can be quite significant, because from what I gather from the statement, it's either to market makers or buyback for the tokens, which obviously is really bullish, and just in general for the token price. And obviously if you're investing in that for future gain, obviously always keep in mind your own research. That's just how I interpret that. And also what's really impressive about Exabit is their actual team. Their team is from Princeton, Harvard, Stanford, Microsoft, Meta, and more. And they've got huge backing from investors like Hack VC, Protocol Labs, and Stanford Blockchain Accelerator. So it's really top names in there. All really exciting, and I do recommend you guys to give them a follow and stay up to date. Also, what's really cool, if you check on cryptorank.io, you can see for yourself more information on the investment side of it. You can see, you click on funds and backers, you can see all the people involved and they're labeled by tier 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see the latest funding round, which you can see they raised $15 million and $150 valuation by Hack VC in December. It's all really cool. Definitely recommend you guys to check out CryptoRank as well to stay up to date with all of that. Then lastly, I want to talk about some projects which I'm specifically bullish on. First of which being IOTA, which I'm sure many of you already know. IOTA has been around for a very, very long time, since many years. And I definitely recommend you guys to check them out. Obviously, they're on Binance, all the top exchanges. They've been coming out with some insane updates lately. And what's really impressive is their token price has been holding insanely well. You can see here, even has been going up. You can see, obviously, this was in December, it went up to 50 cents. It's only down about 50%, which is actually good considering other tokens, how they've dumped. And you can see even when we had that little market bounce on the 2nd of March, it pumped up to 30 cents. And it's already climbing really quickly from the bottom, which wasn't even that bad. So really impressed with IOTA. Also, if you check out their socials, they're coming out with tons of updates, development updates. They're really pushing to be huge. And for being really an OG token, only 800 million market cap, it deserves to be over $1 billion, and obviously a lot more. And also what's really important to check is the market cap is also basically fully diluted. Well, it is completely fully diluted. So all the tokens that are out, there's no dumping from VCs or anything like that. So super bullish on IOTA. I think this is a solid play for long term, especially considering how well it has held for this dump. Then next is TARS AI that I also want to chat about. This is one that I spoke about back in October last year, or even earlier. I think it was actually September, back at when it was 10 cents. I was calling it on my socials and it went up almost 5x, which is insane. And this market dump hasn't treated it too well. You can see it's dipped all the way back to that same 10 cents, which is the same entry I called for back then. So I'm now gonna again call it. Obviously the market could be wrecked and things don't go well, but I really am bullish on TARS AI project, Solana project. Solana also has taken a bit of a beating lately, but I do think it will recover. So personally, I'm bullish. I think this is a pretty safe spot to get in, considering this is the same price it was before this huge pump. Also very important to note is that it's almost fully diluted, 62 million market cap and only 95 million fully diluted. So the potential is definitely there. Personally bullish on this one and I'm holding. Then the next project I want to talk about is one that's pretty much the same story. Covalent, also really bullish on Covalent. You can see also this one, market cap 44 million. This is another one that I called back in November before this pump when it was around 5, 6 cents or so. Went up about 3x or so, and now it's pretty much back at what the price was when I called it back then. So I also think this is sitting at a good entry, very low market cap, also pretty much fully diluted. So definitely one worth following, staying up to date with, and potentially getting into once we see market recovery. So that covers the projects from this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to follow me on my socials to stay up to date. Make sure to follow the projects that you're interested in. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.